Alrighty everyone, welcome back to another episode of Kuth Stumbles Through. We're returning to Nine Kings. I've done a couple runs on my own offline, mostly just going through the King of Nothing. I didn't want to try a new king without recording it. Difficulty scaling up a little bit, so this will be interesting to see how we do with the King of Nature, who I have not played before. I don't think I'm going to go with Duke right away, just because it is scaling up, and I don't know how Nature plays that well without it being like a supporting king. We'll try count though, and we'll go through all these. Plus 2 perk slots to the row. Alright, that just seems big. Perk to the left of this is applied one time, potentially. Let's just remember we have that. Base can level up. All troops do extra damage. Base has plus 10 to stats. Plus 1 road decree option. And this is... I imagine this is immediately to the left. Plus 1 unlock slot. Towers. Special card. I still don't know what special cards are, but like they don't seem... Like you don't get... Yeah, it is immediately to the left. You don't get shops all that often. Maybe if you're like playing friendless. Doubles blessing effect. I don't think so. So we can either go troops dealing extra damage. I don't know if doubling that's really going to make that much of a difference. It kind of seems like leveling up 10 times. So plus 1 time, does that mean it's plus 6 or plus 10? I think there's only one way to find out. I usually find it's tough for me to get all of the plots filled anyway, so getting an extra one might be tough. There are good support things. There's like forest, even boar is like a support thing. Let's try this. Just to see what it's like. Oh, so this is our base. Creates a field that heals allies and damages enemies. Okay. King of Stone would kind of be cool. Get as an enemy. Nature, Nomad, and Blood. Okay. Well... I think I'm just gonna put this here. Elf, Orchard, or Pro. I mean, this isn't a troop. If I had Stone, I'd be way more likely to go for Orchard. I think Elves have a pretty low attack speed. I like the music, though. Let's just put an Elf up here. Okay, so that just creates pulses that just stay out there. Okay. Orchard, Mycelium early on could be pretty cool. There's actually quite a few towers. Is this considered a tower? I'm going to take the Mycelium. See if we can scale that early on. Because, like, it accumulates. Little guy right there, yeah. And, like, the longer this goes on, the more this accumulates. I'm also going to, once we get rid of this, I don't think we, I mean, poison vialing. That doesn't make a ton of sense because it only hits once per second. Boar isn't horrible. Are there, like, melee troops in nature, or do I have to find them somewhere else? Because we had blood. Was it nomads? Nomads has like mob and stuff, which can work with procreate. They also have raptors, which can be funny with procreate. I think I'm gonna grab a boar. Put it here. Before I do that, thought the music had gotten turned up just a bit. We're gonna do it there. I guess there's also stuff with blood. None of these are like I'm crazy about. I want like a beefy frontline unit ideally. I'm not gonna get it right now. I mean, Catharsis could be really cool. What's you do 21 damage. Which definitely boosts that. But it's all troops. Doubles every heal effect. That could work with vampirism. That does make me wonder. Does that work for Treant? Like, all these are good options. I kind of like all these. If we King of Greed, I'd probably definitely go Bunker. I think it's between Catharsis and Bunker. I'm kind of going Bunker at the moment just because we don't really have we don't really have front lines. And like Catharsis isn't scaling off of anything. Like we don't have blacksmiths or temples or anything like that. I'm going to go with that for now. I just drop an orchard as well. If I drop an orchard, it'd probably be like here. And then we'd end up putting a unit here to go with the boars. Or we could also put orchard here and then just try to put support buildings around it. That might be better. Better shot. So this hits at 0.2. I didn't notice what it was beforehand. Another mycelium? I think I'm going to do that and just keep trying to scale it up. Hopefully we can get something that works with it. I wonder if like poison, or not poison vial, cauldron, the King of Stone building works with it. Swords, Frost, Dragon's Den. We're not really going to be destroying plots. To target. What else would I want here? Trying to remember if nomads have a tower. I think they have like camp, migration, and stuff. I'm gonna grab swords. Doubles the damage. It's there. Okay, so that's where we'd want to put our unit to get mounted by the boars. I mean, to be fair, plus 5 damage was like a 33% or a 50% increase, sorry. Hopefully that can carry us for a little while. Another boar. Like, I'd like a forest at some point. I don't hate this. As funny as that is. King of Nothing Be like Scout Tower, Blacksmith. Would also let us get like Paladin, Wild Card, and Farms. King of Progress would let us get things like Converter, Recombobulator, Overhaul. We're gonna reroll these actually. I think King of Greed. At the very least, we can get beacons. Have a boar, ride a raptor. Awesome. However, the fact that we are not getting through these quickly. No, we're alright. We're okay. Okay. There's the beacon. Question is, do I want to target these two, like Orchard and Mycelium, or do I want to get the Treant in there as well? I think the Treant, because we're going to be able to level it up quite a bit. Because of our perks. I mean, there's nothing saying we can't get a beacon there at some point, too. There's a clone. Another boar. A warlock would be beefy. There's also an ogre. I don't hate that. I'm probably going to hold on to it. But just give us a little more of a front line. I don't think I want anything. I can't afford anything else. I think I'll probably end up, like, ideally I'd get, like, a forest and then end up putting it here. Because our next expansion's in 2. Yeah, I think I'd put it there. It can ride the Raptors. Right. I can procreate Mycelium. I feel like I knew that, but I probably forgot. I'm going to keep scaling that up. Doesn't tell me how many I have, though. That's too bad. Feels like we're definitely going more... feels like I do want to go more buildings, so I'm hoping to get King of Stone. I go swords here. I mean, swords, you sum your stats. Doing 14.4. That is like 9, like, that's more than doubling the Raptors' damage. Rainbow Army could also be very cool. Alright, this is going okay. Echo Form duplicates target plots. A temple. I don't hate that. I don't hate temple at all. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. But I think in general it's pretty solid, especially if you get an overwork. And so we're going to put this here. I'm going to drop a Warlock down there. We don't get a farm. I might put it here. The temple. Oh, they're starting to break through. No, we got them. Migration, Frost Swords. Again, Swords really helps them. I think let's get this scaling. Oh, we are not living this one? Yeah, okay. Elf, Mycelium, Treant. I'm gonna go my last Mycelium. Yeah. Do critical damage, unlocks 3 new random plots with forests on each of them. That's kind of cool, but like we don't have a lot of units for that. Doubles the HP. Isn't bad because it helps boars, helps these guys stay alive. Increase the damaging range of all area attacks. I think that would just be that. I guess it would be them too. I don't hate Feast. It buys us more time. I'm going to take that. There's only 3. I'm going to procreate to get more of them. Okay. Yep, that definitely buys us more time. Mob Treant, another Raptor. Adds 5 damage. We can also add 5 damage to this. That's for, you know what, let's do it here. And then I'll upgrade it the turn after. Probably. See what King of Blood gets us. Honestly, if I get a sacrifice, I might sacrifice the elf to level up to 2 beacons. And then try to put like an orchard or something there. It's not bad. 10% of its HP. Got 60. Got 66. 33. Roll 1, see if we can get sacrifice. 1 more. Forgot about that. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice this. Just to get those up a little bit. I think orchard there, probably. Retreat, Dragon's Den, shields? I mean, shields on boars is not a bad thing. I'm going to take this, though. Let's get Mycelium up to 3. Every 9 seconds still. Alright, we got it. Just in time. Yeah, okay. Mangler, Cemetery, Carnage. Vampirism. I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to put it on these guys. Hopefully let them stick around for a little while longer. Even though they don't have a ton of damage. Just need them to survive a little bit. There's a forest. Okay. Could put it here. To support those. I don't know what we'd want there right now, though. I'll also just put it here. Have an extra support available for whatever we put here. Which, frankly, would probably be in our tower. Probably an orchard. Let's put a forest here. Frost, another treant. Migration. Not really anything to migrate. Frost. Again, the biggest thing would be like for these. I'm gonna take treant. Get Raptor up to there. Alright. Another Vampirism, Cemetery. I don't have a ton of health, but they are doing a decent amount of damage. Lets them survive a little bit more. Grab that. Exploration, outsourcing supplies? Supplies is fairly interesting. 3 Procreate cards also is. I mean, supplies lets us upgrade a lot, but another orchard here. I think I'm actually going to take supplies. Like, fertility is also really, really cool. We can just get, like, more of these. More of those. I think supplies lets us scale a little bit more. Poison Vial because of the area of effect. Forest to upgrade that. I'm going to put in our orchard here. 4. I don't know about Elf yet. Don't know about Mycelium. Treant for sure. Treant there. Treant there. I'm going to procreate these guys. Now let's procreate these. And then for a clone, I might clone a beacon. Just to get that scaling up even more. Just so we can lock things down as fast as possible, kind of. Wait, clone a beacon. And then Vampirism. You have 1. Let's put on these just to be there. Alright. Good turn. Mortgage, destroy to receive 30 gold. No, I'm just going to take an Artreant. Level 6. Area's certainly getting there. Another Vampirism or a Treant. And your damage isn't huge. I guess if we get a Catharsis, that's even end Catharsis. Catharsis would actually do pretty well. Because of the Raptors. We want greed for the beacons. Nomads give us like swords and stuff, but I still think the beacons are going to be more important for us right now. Out there. Dispenser, mortgage, thief, vault, one more. Crap. Overinvest is pretty interesting. I'm going to take overinvest, and we're going to put it here. Yeah. With these stats getting summed with whatever they combine with, for sure. If I had another orchard. Take this for now. I can buy 2. Wild card is... Oh, there's so many good things in here. I think I'm actually going to pass on the Procreate. I'm just going to take those. But, like, I would have taken overinvest. I probably actually would have taken that entire shop. Wild card. Yeah, I would have taken that entire shop. That's okay. I think now I can take a procreate. We have 21 here, 12 there, a bunch of boars. We're gonna keep putting them here. Let everything ride the Raptors. Let the boars ride the Raptors. Overinvest is good, but we don't have the money for it. I'll unlock this one. Yeah. We'll put it there. Clone? Another forest is interesting. Gonna go there. Yeah. Actually gonna take that. Yeah, Catharsis as like our next Royal Decree would go pretty hard, I think. I don't think I really want anything other than like Vampirism, maybe Carnage. Maybe Carnage. I'm still gonna take that. Venom. Every poison effect is now applied twice. These don't poison, do they? No. I think we have this that poisons. About it. There's Catharsis, though. I think, yeah. I think I just take that. I mean, that had 170, yeah. I think that's really going to just go through the roof. You all Vampirism. I could take Elf now. Out of curiosity, does that... I doubt that increases that. Yeah. Could take Elf and just put it there for now. I don't think so. I'll take another Vampirism and put it there. Yeah. Kind of went King of Nomads again so I can start getting swords. Carnage? Yeah, I think Carnage is fine. Another beacon. Cauldron is what I was wondering about earlier. Is it too late for Corey? And might not be. I mean, it's not going to be insane for a little while, but if we get like an overwork, and with as much attack speed as we're getting on our buildings, that might be fine. Yeah. We don't have a great spot for it. Ideally, I'd put it like here. Just because that'd be wasting 2 beacons. We don't have another expansion before it comes up. Before the final fight. 108 health. 56 health. 196 health. I'm going to put this here. We're gonna have to play everything. So it's either do I get the little bit of Corey or do I get the extra troops? I think I get the extra troops. Yeah. Clone? I guess I could clone Raptors. Also be said for cloning the temple, but Raptors, I think, are really what's enabling a lot of what we're doing. Not bad. All right. Another Treant? Yeah. I don't really know what this build kind of is. It seems like it's doing too much, so I don't think it's going to scale all that well. All right, we got our base to level 9. And then these are kind of a nothing. But it feels like it all came together to do okay, I hope. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Don't know if I could have done it on count difficulty, because there were a couple waves we barely made it through, and those extra waves might have just cut us short. We'll see how far we could take this. Midas touch? I mean, honestly, a Midas touch here probably wouldn't be too bad. Again, Raptors are doing a lot of work for us. Or Treant Procreate. I could see myself procreating the Warlocks. There's the King of Stone. At this point, though, like, I wanted this earlier on for the quarries. I guess we could still get Earthworks. Earthworks might be alright to start unlocking plots for us. Yeah. Nomads are cool, but Earthworks changes some stuff. I'm gonna put this here. Putting it on the Boars wouldn't have been bad either. It would have been more things for Carnage. Sacrifice. We can sacrifice those, and then we'd level up the vault, and then that beacon. Clear up that space. I don't hate it. Proper Ballista. Cauldron? Again, I don't... It says adjacent plots. I wish you could see the damage breakdown for, like, what this damage is doing. I'm gonna grab it, but... Doubles every heal. So that would be... Vampirism... Treant... Actually, hold up. It's this. It's just that. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah. It's just that. Oh, we actually have max beacons now. That might have been a mistake. So I just unlock this one and then just full send it with orchards. I mean, beacon there wouldn't be bad either, though. I think I'm actually going to put it there. Just because those things do apply poison. And it helps that. I can't. I think I have one row here, so I could put boars there. But they'd have nothing to, like, attach to. I'm just taking our tree. Reinforce is interesting. Sword is definitely interesting as well. So, actually, I want everything in the shop again. I think I take an overinvest. I think I take a wild card. I want to start getting more out of Temple. I think that's what I do. I can't overinvest now, but I can go Treant and then wild card. I can do something. I just don't have enough for that. I think I'm going to get rid of mortgage. Yeah. They have 161 damage. They are, Boars are our highest damage? No. Okay. I was like, wait. I'm going to overinvest in these again. Yeah. If I take a clone. Beacon and overinvest is kind of what we want now. I still want Earthworks from the King of Stone. I'm going to hold off for now. Yeah, let's do this. Just to start getting more and more stat boosts out of that. That'll be fine. Probably Carnage. You have 441 health, but you have 803. Yeah. As long as they can get to the back lines, they'll go boom. They didn't get to the back lines that time. Oops. I don't like these. Another orchard? I mean, I could plop it there, just buy ourselves more and more time. Yeah, let's start scaling it. Start scaling its attack speed now. Don't really want to sacrifice anything if I'm being honest. Yeah. Again, it's not crazy, but... doing enough. We'd start cloning those too. King of Spells is very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, start getting more out of those as well. Cool. Wizard, no. Shaman, even that. Destroy target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. I mean, does kind of make me want to get rid of that. As we just put it down. 3 tome cards would be pretty cool. Actually, not bad. Sword's there. Actually, we have King of Spells left. We don't have King of Greed, so let's upgrade that. Nutrient. I only have a sacrifice. I'll take another Carnage. 3 random plots. I think we have enough. 3 Procreate or I think Bunker. I mean, long-termism is also pretty good. If we can survive that long. Do I get greedy? I get greedy. Let's do it. That might be a mistake, but we'll see. Procreate? Oh, another orchard. I know I have to eventually level up the orchards as well, so they lock down even more things with their attack speed. Wallmaker. Cauldron, Wallmaker, Quarry, Earthworks. That's what I was looking for. So I think with the Earthworks, I'm going to grab this. And then just put these here for now. That way, if we get another Earthworks, we can open up those two. Quarry, Cauldron, Blacksmith. I mean, Forest here is pretty interesting, but it only affects that. I don't hate Trebuchet. Maybe end up putting it here. Because we have quite a few buildings. It's just not really going to have the damage. Arguably worse. Again, Forest really only helps the boar. Alright, one more. Alright, that's my bad. You only... No, you're level 3. Okay, and then Vampirism will go there. Warlock, yeah. Spire. Hold up. I don't dislike Spire here. Yeah, I don't dislike Spire there. One more. Damn. I guess Earthworks again. Yeah. I think at this point we can get rid of King of Stone. We've gotten enough Earthworks that I'm pretty happy. That unlocks those. They made it through. Okay. I know what we must do, hopefully. Just keep getting more and more orchards. That's going to be the key, I think. To start locking things down even more. You have 52 attack speeds per second. You have... Okay. The Boars aren't really making... Oh, wait, hold on. No, I think we're just done. Yeah, they made it through again. Alright, so the King of Blood got through. We couldn't lock him down fast enough. But that was kind of interesting. That was pretty fun. I think I needed more units or damage. Maybe more damage, because we were all focused on this. I have a feeling nature could be completely broken. Maybe not with units as much as Raptor Boar fun really is. But I have a feeling if you build like enough orchards and poison stuff and myceliums and get enough attack speed, you just lock things down and instantly delete them with your base. I have a feeling that could be busted. You get like Corey's early on too, maybe an oversupply or two. Or an overwork. Spreader, healer. Okay, maybe I could have done more with healer because we did see some healer synergy. Eco-friendly. Swift. There's not a unit that scales off of move speed, is there? There's like Paladin that when you increase its damage also increases its health. There's Soldier that when you increase how many units it has, it gets more damage. There's Boar that scales off of its own HP to boost others. Raptor that scales off of all of its stats. But there's not anything that scales off of move speed, is there? As far as I know. Maybe there's one I don't know yet. But it'd be kind of cool if they added one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I super appreciate it. I'm going to keep uploading more Kings. But if there's other games you want to see me play, especially indie games, please let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, thank you again so much for watching. Have a great night, morning, evening, whatever time it may be for you. And take care.